Welcome, 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 my Leo collective sun, moon, rising signs. Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this full moon to new moon next February 2020. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, president of Join the Circle Productions, professional witch, professional intuitive, and Leo rising. So I'm in on this one too. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are new to my channel, please do like and subscribe. I'm making my way to 1,000 subscribers if you look. Gonna do some super live chat once I get there. Gonna be doing a little ditty called Junk Tarot once a month for my subscribers. I think you'll get a kick out of it. There's a link in the description box explaining what Junk Tarot is. Piece of hair in my eye. There we go. So yeah, check it out. I think you'll like it, and then you'll want to like and subscribe. Otherwise, let's get down to business for this particular reading. This is a general read, Sun, Moon, Rising for Leo, so please do check your other signs. Really hard to nail somebody completely every single time. There apparently, you read some of the comments, some people I consistently, zap them every single time, but that's why I do recommend people check their other signs, because you get percentages, particularly with this type of reading. This is a What Do I Need read, which is, I haven't really seen anything else like it on YouTube. I was actually going to drop them from the rotation of programming, and I was like, you know what, let me talk to my guides about it, and they were like, no, they're extremely helpful. People just don't understand what they're about yet. They will. I was like, okay. So what is a What Do I Need reading? It's like picking a card of the day, saying, what is my energy for today? But it's being more specific. It's asking the divine, through divination systems, in this case 7 divination systems, what do I need? I'm a soul, right? I was chosen to play this role in this body with this name, doing what I'm doing, only figuring that out now, kind of, sort of. What do I need, right? What do I need today? What do I need tomorrow? What do I need to heal? What do I need to focus on, right? Particularly with spirituality being an industry. We don't think of it as an industry, but it is. Think of all the different teachers and places and books and media and video. I mean, it's an industry. So it's a lot. It's like, what do I need, right? So this is, because my guides even said to me, this is what you do for yourself. You ask us all the time, not where am I, not where am I going, what do I need right now? In this case, what do I need for full moon? To new moon next, which, by the way, it is full moon on February 9th, full moon in Leo, but it's at 2:23 a.m. Eastern. So if you're looking to kind of do something more on the waxing side, do it Saturday night. Just saying, that's when I'm going to be doing my magic. Leo, I'm going to be obviously doing candle magic, fire magic for that, and I'm Leo rising, so of course I'm going to look all nice and pretty for it. And the new moon in Pisces, which I'm a Pisces moon, has nothing to do with this reading, is on the 23rd. So that's the time period we're looking at, sort of like asking the divine, well, what do I need? That's why I get these out before the new moon to full moon, or the full moon to new moon in this case. Cool, cool. Last thing, please do remember to breathe. To say that I've incorporated breath work into my practice as a reader is saying a lot in a short amount of words. I've always been involved in breath work one way or another. I mean, you got to breathe, all right? Can't go more than 3 minutes without breath. But I'm finding the more I focus on it, the clearer a reader I've being, not just with clients face-to-face or on video chats, but doing these readings as well. I'm just going to invite you, when I say breathe, to breathe along with me. Brings us into the present moment, tunes us to the still point, where the divine resides in the now, right? I just got to touch it, right? Like ringing a bell, ding. That's where the readings are coming from. I am a mystic. I pray all day long, practically. Self-employed. Probably a lot of people who are self-employed pray all day long, don't realize it. So that's where this reading is coming from, the divine. So if you're tuning as well, then we both get to tune to the divine, by the way, regardless of time and space, but you get to sense what is yours and what isn't. In any particular reading, when you're doing that, it's called listening to your inner voice, your intuition, your guidance. Cool, cool. Let's start with the angels. Doreen Virtue, Healing with the Angels Oracle. All the decks I read are always in the description box at the bottom, so you can scroll down and see all the other cool stuff on the way, because I like to load my description box with good shit. And there's even a link that you can toss a coin to your witch, a PayPal me link. Yeah. Tip me, baby. Breathe. Now, I will say before I do this that I always bless the decks before I hit record, and this one felt really good. I actually got a little lightheaded from the breathing, so let's see where this goes. Still point. My angels, please, there you are. One card in clarity for this Leo, this warm Leo collective, sun, moon, rising sign. What do we need for this full moon in Leo? By the way, our full moon to new moon next in Pisces. Just a general energy that will be, what do we need, like, in general. I'm even titling the videos after the angel card this time around. So what do we need this full moon to new moon next, February 2020? Trust. Who do you trust? What do you trust? Oh, by the Wiccan law, ye must in perfect love and perfect trust. Yes, I'm not Wiccan anymore. Perfect love and perfect trust of who? Perfect love and perfect trust of the divine, if you ask me. Everybody else has bad days. Trust. We need trust. And that's what I like about a nice angel card, a nice oracle card. One word. Wham! There you go. All right. Well, that's the broad stroke. That's the celestial perspective of the angelic kingdom. Why wouldn't they say we need trust? Everybody does. Oh, yeah, particularly in this time. But again, doesn't say trust who, trust what. But coming from the angels, of course, it's going to be trust the divine, trust your higher self, trust the angels, trust whatever you call your higher power. Trust that there's a divine plan in place. But, you know, I'm from New York. I like proof of trust. Just, I was raised by a lawyer, too. What do you want, right? So let's keep building on this. We're going to ask now through the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, the deck that I have read longest professionally in my, I started when I was 12. I'm going to be 52 this year. 40 years of reading tarot. Not every day, but you know what I'm saying. This to me is the voice of the divine feminine, the divine yin, or colloquially I just say the voice of the goddess or the goddesses, right? So this, we're asking the divine feminine, half of the universal energy, what we need, shall we? Nice deep breath. Still point. Oh my goddesses, I felt that. Please, one card in clarity for the Leo collective, sun, moon, rising sign. What do we need this full moon in Leo, our full moon, to new moon next in Pisces? My goddess, please, maiden, mother, crone, divine feminine, divine yin. What do we need for this full moon to new moon next, February 2020? Excellent. If you're going to get a card, get that one. Six of Cups, usually thought of as nostalgia, but in the Daughters of the Moon, it's compassion, right? And balanced compassion. Compassion for yourself, compassion for others. Compassion for yourself, compassion for others. Hence the waves are at the seashore, right? Now, really, this is like Reiki session on the beach. I'm down with that, right? You know, put your hands on me laying in the sand with the surf. I love it. I'm a beach boy at core. Pisces moon, Leo rising, Virgo, interestingly enough, I'm a Virgo sun. That's mutable earth, sand. So I am very much a day at the beach. You should see me in the pines. Just saying, emotional balance, right? The giving and taking of compassion, and keeping in mind selfish compassion is necessary at self-care, right? Cutting yourself breaks, knowing that you are doing the best that you can. That's compassion. Everybody's doing the best that they can with the level of awareness that they have, what they know, what they've been through, emotional. Everybody's doing the best that they can. And then, of course, to extend that to others, we think of compassion mostly as a giving of compassion to others. But if we keep it in the breath that way, right? Even though it's a water card that's like, compassion for me, I'm doing the best that I can, which means compassion for you. You're doing the best that you can. I barely understand mine, so how am I going to understand yours? So for a waning moon, that's a lovely thing, because what that can actually wane is a lot of doubt. Instead, it would build trust that in something higher, that everybody is doing the best that they can, and you'll notice the balancing of your emotions. Where if anything else, just those two cards, you would learn to trust compassion. Now, it's not easy. You are going to feel anger if someone has done you wrong, or disappointment if someone has let you down, or what have you, heartbreak, whatever your situation is, or just confusion with the world. Things are so crazy right now on planet Earth. We're going through an ascension phase. I love that we call it ascension. We should be calling it alchemy, because it involves heat and pressure. It's like turning coal into a diamond. tricky shit. So to have compassion with yourself, to give yourself the breathing room. And the way I give compassion to myself, like in a split second, like if I don't have time to actually like lay down and breathe, it's okay, sweetheart. I love you. You're doing the best that you can. Everybody fucks up, and yet nobody fucks up, because fuck-ups turn into good things eventually. I love you, right? Silently, you know, out in public. But to be kind and compassionate, those two often go so well together. So make sure you're doing that for yourself, that's what you need for yourself, so that the well isn't so dry when it comes to extend to others. Well, because I find if I'm not compassionate with others, I fuck up something, and then I have to be like, I did the best I could, and then I'm like, oh, I guess they did too. You don't have to like it, you just need to accept it, right? You know what I mean? Well, they did the best they could, and that was it. Well, okay, I guess. Doesn't mean you give them your PIN number, right? Did I mention I'm a Virgo? Trust, there. There we go. I see, that's why I need that, guys. That's what I need. Let's move on to the Divine Masculine, the Mythic Tarot. That's the voice of the goddess, and there was a whole book written in that one card. Let's see what the Divine Masculine, the Divine Yang, the God, has to say about all of this. Nice deep breath. My God, so delicious. Still point. I want to curl up in that. Please, my gods, one card in clarity for this Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. What do we need for this full moon in Leo to new moon next, February 2020? Ten of Cups. We go from the Six of Cups to the Ten of Cups. That's only a 4-cup difference, honey. There's emotional fulfillment. I mean, this is the wedding of Psyche and Eros. They were already married. This is when she finally becomes divine, standing at his side as a goddess equal to his godhood. This is about emotional completion, ecstasy, about your heart overthrowing. And if this is saying that the compassion, you very well may be dealing with a trust issue in some way, shape, or form, but it's through compassion, the 4 that you reach, the 10, worth it. Now, I would say that sounds more like a waxing moon thing than a waning moon thing, except that maybe it's through the compassion that, like the waves, works at that trust issue. But we're not done yet. That's just really lovely. I'm very glad I'm Leo. I'm always glad I'm Leo rising, because Leo rising. Look at me, I'm 52, not a wrinkle on my face. Thank you, Andy McDowell, if you know what I'm talking about, right? And overtone, purple for brown, yay. If I was going to dye my hair, I was going to like Grecian formula. I was like, turn that bitch purple. That should be my natural hair color. I'm a priest of Dionysus still. Nice deep breath. As we turn to the Ascended Masters, still point. My Ascended Masters, you who have played this game called humanity, graduated, won the trophy, and are reaching back through time and space to help those of us still in the game. One card in clarity, my beloveds, for this Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. We're doing the Chuck Sposano love pack, the suit of grace, the suit of healing, the suit of luck, or the suit of problem. My Ascended Masters, with your masterful guidance and grace, what does this Leo collective need this new moon, this full moon to new moon next February 2020? Oh, it's a problem card, and it explains the trust card, the villain. Y'all been dealing with a villain? Chances are we've all been villains in somebody's book, but I no longer accept people's projections of me as true. I do the best that I can. I am the hero on the hero's journey, but I'm a witch. So people project all sorts of shit onto witches, or, I mean, I could say, also, I'm gay. People project all sorts of shit on gay people, or I'm a this or I'm that. We all have that, right? So you might not be the villain here. That might not be the problem, though it is the suit of problems. But I get the thing if there is a villain involved. Someone throw you under the bus, in this case, tie you to the train tracks, right? Did somebody say one thing and do another? Now, here's where this kicker card of compassion comes in. Now, if it was you who did the villainous deed, because by the way, one villainous deed doesn't make somebody a villain forever. We all fuck up. The question is intent, right? Can a hero and a villain do the exact same thing? One be heroic and one be villainous. Depends, right? Motivation, intent, right? Even in the craft, even in magic, it's like intent is everything, right? Two people can do the same spell, two people can say the same prayer, but the intentions behind it, which are often unspoken, the why, if you will, can be extremely different. So the compassion on this could be tricky, but if you're shooting for that 10 of Cups, worth it. So if somebody was villainous, get that their pain possessed them, that our souls are on a hero's journey, and sometimes we get bogged down by the toxicity of life, our own emotional baggage, the shit that we don't deal with, and we get possessed by our pain rather than heal it. And so we do shit we would never do otherwise, right? That's compassion, understanding that everybody is doing the best they can, even if they pull a dastardly and Muttley. If you're reading me, because I'm reading you. And I don't think you're the villain. Usually villains don't go check their own. Particularly I would think my reads. Very divinely guided in grace. But everybody's played the villain in somebody's book. You know, people can hate you for shit you didn't even do in this world, particularly with online and whatnot. Stories people tell, cancel you, drag you through the street. I could see why you need trust. You need to trust that there's a higher plan in all of this, and somehow there's a larger lesson being learned here at all, meaning for everybody, because totally fucking worth it, that 10 of Cups. Oh my God, it's such a pretty 10 of Cups card too. In the Daughters of the Moon, it's Inanna's House of Heaven, and it's like a hot tub moment. Lovely. So we've got our Ascended Masters who gave us the card of Le Villain. Let us ask the same Ascended Masters to get us a healing mantra deck. From who? Matt Kahn, the healing mantra deck. Digging his work a lot. He's got a new book coming out. I already pre-ordered it. He's neat. I like him. He's like 42 years old. And a genius from the West Coast. I dig him. Hay House author. But check out his YouTube channel, Matt Kahn, All for Love. He's phenom. Oh, so good to be able to pass a baton. Nice deep breath. They said, yeah, like you're getting out of your contract anytime soon. I know. I look like this at 50, almost 52. What the fuck? Breathe. Still point. My masters, please, a healing mantra. What is the best, most truly helpful healing mantra for this Leo collective? Sun, Moon, Rising sign for this full moon in Leo to new moon in Pisces, February 2020. Please, my Ascended Masters, what is the ultimate healing mantra for us this waning moon? Before I even look at it, one side of the card is the mantra itself, the other side is the name of the mantra. With the name of the mantra, I can look it up in the book, because that's all that's written on the card. It's not like a lot on there. Ready? What mantra did we get? Celebrating simplicity, which is really, really good in terms of dealing with a villain. It's like, keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Ah, they were possessed by pain. Or, oh, I was possessed by pain. Couldn't happen any other way. Let me have compassion. And from that, the cups start filling and moving to that overflow of the 10. So you don't got to trust the villain, my darlings, but you can trust the mantra. I am more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain. Keep it simple. You can trust the keeping of it simple. Now, let's be clear. Leo's not exactly simple signs. Not that any sign essentially is simple. I mean, there's levels of complexity to everything and to everyone. But in terms of the sun being in the center of the solar system and everything else going around it, its work is pretty simple. Radiate, right? So your work is actually pretty simple. Compassion, at least here, to get you to that 10 of Cups. So celebrating simplicity, not just like dealing with creating, celebrating simplicity. I am more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain. And that's true. That's why we like vacations. Unless you're like a Virgo too, then you know, oh, we have to pack everything. It's a lot of work to fucking go on vacation. So celebrating simplicity. Let's get you from the book really quick. Celebrating simplicity. Nice deep breath for this one too. Celebrating simplicity. I am more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain. When there are fewer details to manage, you are able to receive more joy. I agree with that. The more commitments that pile up in your life, the less likely you are to find the time to take everything in. Got it. Once all moving parts have been arranged in proper working balance, simplicity can be celebrated and you glean the most benefit from your reality. So I could see where working this mantra with the divine would help you learn how to trust that everything that's going on in your life, that the compassion will work because it's going to simplify things, allow you to release and let go and actually appreciate what's going on for you this waning moon, because it feels like you might be getting rid of a villain, quote unquote, someone who is at least playing a villain role, may not be a villain lifelong, where you're able to kind of let this go and regain your trust in yourself, in your own process, right? So that you can glean the most benefit from your reality. It's like that I can trust. I don't have to trust other people's toxic behavior. Don't give them your PIN number. This mantra is ideal for creating stronger boundaries. There we go. What does a villain do? They violate boundaries. Creating stronger boundaries. Healing your inner people pleaser. Yikes. And finding moments of serenity. I am more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain. Praise the gods. Hallelujah. We're going to ask the higher self then. Mine too, because I'm Leo rising, as I keep saying, through the Whispers of Love Oracle. I really do enjoy this deck. Sometimes it just comes right out and says, do this! I kind of like that. You don't have to. This not my job is just telling you what it says. I don't tell you what to do. You're a Leo anyway. What would the point be? Leo rising. What would the point be? Nice deep breath. Oh, still point. Higher selves. Hi, higher self. The higher selves of all involved, mine included apparently. Please, I'm gonna breathe a lot. One card in clarity, a Whisper of Love Oracle for this Leo collective. Sun, Moon, Rising signs. For this full moon in Leo. To this new moon in Pisces. February 2020. Please, one card in clarity for this Leo collective. Now, nice deep breath. What do we need? Miracles and blessings. Everything has its gift. That's the trust. That, because you're dealing with a villain, or you dealt with a villain, or you are playing villain, or someone's making you a villain, however that plays itself out in this collective. Because you know what? Leos, you're in the spotlight. It's really easy to hit somebody in a spotlight. I know. People have accused me for shit my entire life that I had no idea was going on, let alone wasn't participating in. People make up shit in their heads. But that's where the compassion comes in. It's not, oh, just they're crazy and move on. It's like, no, they're at a certain level of understanding. They're at a certain level of consciousness. Their own pain might be driving the show because I know what that's like to be there. So, right, I'm more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain. Well, I'm going to manage and maintain my own thoughts, my own feelings about myself. I'm going to manage my own compassion, to be more compassionate with myself and others, to get my trust back that everything has its gift, that somehow there's a miracle and a blessing going on right now, because that's what the higher self is saying. And you know, I love my angels, my gods, my goddesses, and my masters, but my higher self is me on the highest levels that I can even conceive. And there's a fifth dimensional Mark Lyons, I call him Mark 5, and there's Mark 6, Mark 7, Mark 8. Who knows if those names change? That's just what I'm calling them. But that point of view, it's like, honey, even this is a blessing. You just can't see it because you're in the compassion phase. But you will get to that 10 of Cups, and maybe even by the time new moon hits is the deal. Now look, we got one more card down. Oh God, help us. The Caroline Myss archetype cards. I usually start readings with these. I use them for all the relationship-based ones. This time they were like, this is going to represent the soul power that they are dealing with in themselves, in another, or in a situation that they need to alchemize from lead to gold, because it is waning moon. Lead has 3 more atoms than gold. So something has to be what? Waned, burned off, let go, transformed, right? The process of alchemy. So nice deep breath. Well, every card has shadow and light on it, so I'll read them both once the card is out. But first I need you all to take a couple of nice deep breaths. Still point. This is the collective. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, one card in clarity for this Leo collective. Sun, moon, rising signs for this full moon in Leo to new moon in Pisces, February 2020, please. An archetype card. We got the angels, you're saying trust. We got the goddesses saying compassion. We got the gods saying 10 of cups, a lovely emotional card. We've got the masters talking about a villain and celebrating simplicity. And we've got the higher selves talking about miracles and blessings, that everything is a gift. So all of you pantheons together, what is the dominant archetype, the soul power being alchemized from lead to gold for this Leo collective? February 2020, full moon and new moon next. The goddess archetype. Yes, now every archetype, as beautiful as it sounds in the light, is as toxic as it is in the shadow. We'll go there. But then it's really pointing to this divine feminine for me. Even though you can be a guy, even though you can be a divine masculine, born and bred and, chew glass, crap lightning, piss thunder. Is it piss lightning, crap thunder? I never got that right. Did I just say the same thing twice the same way? Whatever. This goddess, this is the divine feminine family, obviously. But there is so much wealth and richness in here. Let me read you. First, the shadow, as we do. Exploitation of the female nature and form. Like I said, this could be you, this could be somebody else, this could be a situation that is exploiting the feminine nature or form, right? Exploitation of the feminine nature and form and or. Now, like, what immediately always comes to mind, particularly with this card, is Marilyn Monroe, right? They called her the goddess. She was gorgeous. But born Norma Jean, a brunette, right? She was exploited like crazy, but she also knew if she wanted to get anywhere, she had to play along with that exploitation. Look at the era, right? The era that she was in and the contract system of the movies and all that stuff. It's not like she had much of a choice. She could have walked away, though. So we get that there's still that exploitation of the divine feminine in so many different forms and the nature of tricky shit. So now the light attribute. The feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. That kind of power, that is, it's like I say, the voice of the goddess. It's like the yin energy, that it's receptive, but it's wise, right? It has experienced life. It's an internal distilling process of taking knowledge and experience and making it into wisdom, connecting with nature, life force, and sensuality. Now, sensuality and sexuality are not exactly the same thing. Oh, it's nice when they're in the room at the same time, but that is the sensuality of taste, of scent, of seeing, of hearing, of feeling, of all of that. Even intuitively, right? That yin of that divine feeling and absorption. So if that's the archetype that you're dealing with here, it explains why the 2 tarot cards are all about the water and a progression of from the divine feminine 6 of cups to an expression of the divine masculine 10 of cups. Your cup's overflowing, but there is a fly in the ointment. but that getting your trust back by celebrating simplicity, the miracles are shown. So keep it simple, and even if it means like I'm gonna bundle up and I'm gonna go out and stand in nature for a little bit. Like even last night, I went outside. I've been doing this Wim Hof breathing and the ice cold showers and shit like that. Just part of my breath work journey that I'm on. And last night I took it. I dried off. I was like, I'm gonna stand outside for 10 minutes, and I didn't even shiver. Right. Just to stand out in nature, to allow this world to turn you in to who you came in to be, to trust, where'd you go? To trust that there's a divine plan, and trust the divine mother, the divine maiden, the divine mother, the divine crone. She's half the energy of the universe. She's the internals. We can't see what she's doing behind the scenes because that's yin for ya. But in the meantime, to celebrate simplicity, this mantra, I am more fulfilled when there is less to manage. Whatever went on with this villain, everybody's doing the best that they can. That's going to help you manage this in such an easier way. And you will be able to let go, one would think, of the stress, of the anger, of your own guilt if the villainy is yourself or if you allowed the villainy to happen. That you will see a miracle and a blessing, that everything has its gift, particularly when you trust that there is a higher plan in play, and everything that happens in the quantum game called human life is happening for you to heal, to grow, to learn, and become the best that you can be. That's what you need. In fact, may the Leo collective sun, moon, rising signs be blessed with all that they need this full moon in Leo to new moon next in Pisces, February 2020, that they may trust, that they may find compassion, that their cups may overflow, that they may deal with the villainy in their life by celebrating simplicity, hence miracles and blessings revealed with the divine power of the divine feminine goddess energy flowing in, around, and through them for the well-being of all. May they be so blessed. And so it is. So mote it be. Thank you so much for watching my Leo Collective Sun, Moon, Rising signs. Please do like and subscribe. Help me get to my 1,000 subscribers sooner rather than later so I can do some drunk tarot. It's a lot of fun. Go watch the vid. You'll see. But for now, my Leo siblings, so to speak, wishing you as I ever do a pleasurable waning moon. 5th house. Hail, farewell, and blessed be.